one.
So 3 updates on OWI law on Thursday, December 17th, 2020. A lot going on, and not just the snow, but the Michigan Senate has approved the DUI expungement bill. We will see if Governor Whitmer signs it in time for it to become law, a historic development, potentially. Another matter is the sentencing of David John. Now, here's why that name is important. Mr. John was the 120-day technician on the west side of the state. So basically, this was, I've got this in reverse, this was his territory, the west side of the Lower Peninsula, for about 2 years or less. He was sentenced to 9 months of jail and probation for his role for admitting to fraud and other misfeasance as a public official. The charges were dismissed against his corollary on the other side of the state, Andrew Clark. The judge said there wasn't probable cause to bind this over for a felony for fraud. What they did was they operated from a theory of these records were wrong, so the records must have been fraudulently inaccurate, and fraudulently inaccurate based on the conduct, the fraudulent conduct of Andrew Clark. What I think this means, it means we still have a whole reason for a crisis of confidence in our breath alcohol testing system, because it's a whole layer of incompetency that's based on some sloth, maybe some people who shouldn't be in positions that they're in because they're not cut out for it, don't want to do it. But we're still a long way from having, in my opinion, a scientifically reliable, from the ground up, breath alcohol testing program in our great state. Last thing, we had an opinion just today, published opinion by the Michigan Court of Appeals, People versus Dupree, and this is really important. This involved a Michigan medical marijuana patient who argued, because he was charged with a felony third offense, OWI by marijuana, he argued that the court could not give the jury a jury instruction that they could convict him based on the lower standard of operating while visibly impaired because of the plain language of the Michigan Medical Marijuana Act that we all passed as citizens way back in 2008, and as was interpreted by the Michigan Supreme Court in People versus Kuhn. It's really not good for our legal jurisprudence when it comes to defending drivers and doing what's fair and what's right with marijuana users and patients who operate their motor vehicles safely, even if they've got marijuana in their system. We'll see if that case goes to the Michigan Supreme Court.